Hello, everyone. Hello. Coming on with another Nice for What story as we're getting ready to launch the Nice for What course and the brand new book that is coming. So I'm going to be sharing little Nice for What stories to explain how I became a well-balanced person with self-esteem and boundaries, and to protect and guard my heart from all the craziness of the world, because if you don't, you will lose yourself. This is how caring, loving, sweet people become bitter, mean, angry. It's when you get very sweet, kind-hearted, big-hearted people out here in this world can get beat up to the point that you're no longer a loving, kind, and sweet person. And if you want to remain a good, loving, kind person with a big heart, without letting this world destroy you, you have to learn boundaries. You have to find your voice. You have to speak up for yourself, and you have to protect yourself. So that's what the course is all about, Nice for What. So here's another Nice for What story, okay? Years ago, I was single, divorced, dating, met a man in Atlanta. We began to date and see each other, getting to know each other. We met out on a few dates, went out different places, seemed like a really nice guy. He kept inviting me to his house, and I eventually, after going on lots of dates and meeting out, I agreed to meet him at his place. So he gives me the address. He lives in a high-rise in Buckhead. For those of you who don't know Atlanta, Buckhead is one of the most expensive zip codes on the Eastern Seaboard. In Atlanta, especially, it is one of the most expensive zip codes, the most expensive. And so I get to this building, and he's in a high-rise. It's concierge. It's really nice. So I guess he was wanting me to see it because it's, really nice, and this is where he lives. I'm like, okay, cool. Not realizing that, I come from a family with money. Money, I've been around a lot of self-made millionaires in my adult life, even in my childhood, 2-3 uncles that were self-made millionaires. So money doesn't really impress me maybe the way it will some other people. But anyway, I come over, we're really vibing. We're really digging each other. He seems like a really great guy. We're kicking it. And I get to his spot, I come in, he invites me in, and there was all this cash on a counter. On the counter in his kitchen, in this high-rise condo, was these piles, like stacks of cash. The way you would see like a drug dealer or something in a movie, okay? And I thought that was weird. I'm like, that's weird. Who does that? But it was one of the first kind of like red flags in all of the time that we've been getting to know each other and dating. He hadn't exhibited any behavior like this. He wasn't like overly braggy, ladies. He wasn't like, there hadn't been anything that had raised a red flag for me up to that point. But he's got all this cash. And maybe he wanted me to ask about it, and I didn't. I guess he's trying to impress me, I guess. And he goes on to say, oh yeah, he's got to go to the bank. He didn't make it to the bank. Do I want to run with him to the bank so he can make this deposit or whatever? That's why he's explaining why this cash, like stacks of cash, are on his kitchen counter. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, cool. A couple weeks go by. We're still getting to know each other, still dating. Things are really cool. And he calls me and says, oh my God, I've got fraud on my account. They froze my account. No, he doesn't call. I'm coming over. We're supposed to be going out. I'm stopping by his house before we go out, by his place. I get there, and he's all in a tizzy that there's fraud on his bank account. And he's on the phone with Chase, and he's making a big deal about this fraud, and it's almost like he's trying to prove to me that there really is fraud on his account. He's like, okay, I got to go up here to the bank. I got to go check, they've got all my money. I can't, can we go over here and to the bank before we hang out. Like, he can't focus on us going on a date because, you know, his money's jacked up. I'm like, okay, sure. I go to the bank with him. He goes in and you know, he's like, oh, just go in with me. I don't want you waiting out here, blah, blah, blah. So I go in, and he makes a big deal of talking to the bank people, and the money's frozen, and I want my money, and blah, 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 blah. And anyway, to make a long story short, over this man, in like 60 to 90 day period of time, worked his way up to building up to this point to build. The word con is short for confidence. Confidence man, con woman, con man. They build confidence in order for you to trust them so they can try to rip you off. That same day, he says to me nonchalantly, oh, do you think I could just, you know, hold $10,000? You know, that's nothing, you know, that's pocket change to me. But, you know, do you think I could just get $10,000 to just get me through? Because until I get this whole bank account thing situated. I mean, I know that, you know, it'll just get me through this next week, but I got to have something to get me through. And I'm looking at him like, $10,000? Have you lost your mind? Like, in my mind, I'm like, I haven't known you long enough to be loaning you nothing. That's first of all. But he goes on and on, you know, I'll have it back to you. They're saying they're going to release my money on this day, blah, blah, blah. You know, see, I come from a family. I was taught growing up, this is maybe a lesson for some of you. I was taught to never loan what you can't afford to lose. That's what I was taught. I was taught never loan what you can't afford to just give. So if you say you want to borrow $10,000 from me, I have to be in my mind willing to say, I can give you $10,000 and I'm not going to miss it. I learned this from a bishop, from a man that was really close to my father when I was growing up. He said, never give what you need. So if you give, it needs to be something, an amount that you don't need back in case somebody doesn't give you your money back. That always stuck with me. I heard that from when I was 21 years old, and it always stuck with me. So I tell him, I'm like, no, I ain't got 10,000 for you. I can loan you 1,000. Oh man, guys, this is my heart. This is years ago. This is my heart. I've been dating this man for months. I was like, I don't feel comfortable with 10,000, but I'll loan you $1,000. Cool. I send him the $1,000. I wasn't about to, and guys, I have money. He knew I had money. I have my construction company. Okay, so this man wasn't talking to broke women. He was targeting women with money. Okay, let me finish this story real quick. Here's where nice for what comes in. So I loan him the $1,000. And very quickly after loaning him the $1,000, I start to not hear from him. Oh, so we go from practically talking to each other every day, seeing each other 2 and 3 times a week, and I loan you $1,000 and you're going ghost. What? Oh, okay. Now Mama didn't raise no fool. I'm not stupid. I may have a big heart. I may be trusting, but I'm not a fool. And wisdom comes through experience, right? Okay, I got you. I sent a text. Because by this time, guys, I had my construction company. I was already a matchmaker. I've been known in Atlanta for a long time. Guys, a lot of people know me, and I know a lot of people. I sent a text and I said, okay, I see what game you're playing. How about this? Run me my money, or I'm about to blast you across all my social media accounts and through my entire network of every single woman I know, not just in Atlanta, but through every major city, and every woman that follows me and has anyone within has ears to hear will know your name and understand that you are a con man. Run me my money, or I'm about to light you up. And you will never be able to do this to another woman again. You know, the ghosting, how I hadn't heard, he wasn't responding to them text messages. He wasn't responding to my phone calls. You think he responded to that message? Oh, I'll have $100 for you at my concierge. Dude couldn't even give me back my money in a lump sum. He had to literally pay me back $50 and $100 at a time. Every time I didn't get a payment, after a while, hey, where's the rest of my money? Oh, there's $50 for you at concierge. I loaned him $1,000, Tiff. He paid me back that entire $1,000, $50 and $100 at a time, leaving it, did not want to see me, left it at his concierge for me to run to be, I just would stop in front of valet, run into concierge and pick up my $50 and $100 every time he left it there until I got my $1,000 back. Then as a matchmaker, I added his name to the loser list in Atlanta, and I would warn every woman, because guess what? When I started running his name around, I'm not the only woman he had tried to do this to. I'm just the only woman who got my money back. Nice for what? Run me my money. Because what you're not going to do is rob or steal from me. I may be pretty, I may be smart, I may be a little bit of a nerd, I may be very loving and kind, but I ain't no fool. I'm not nice. I'm kind. Learned a valuable lesson. Run me my money. Ladies, if men always talking about gold diggers and women being gold diggers, let me tell you something. There's men out here who are just as gold digging con artists, that because now women have money. And there are men out here trying to get to your gold. Nice for what? You better protect yourself. You better be on the lookout. Why you got all this cash sitting on the counter? I've been around money a long time, guys. I've been around people with real money for a long time. I have never seen any of the self-made millionaires that I've known personally, never seen them with cash sitting on counters. That was part of the con. That was part, right, Tiff, thankfully you didn't loan him the 10K. He didn't have it. So I go on to then, through my network, ask around, come to find out he broke as a joke. The condo is not in his name. Look, you know I know people. I found out the name of the owner on the unit of the condo in the building. I found out that you don't even own this condo. This is somebody else's condo. You just staying there acting like it's yours. Hello? Nice for what? And I told him, you don't pick the wrong person. You done picked the wrong person. I will blow your spot up. And sure enough, his name would come up over the years, guys, being a love coach and a matchmaker and everything, the industry I've been in for years. His name would come up because he was very good looking, very tall, very charismatic, beautiful smile. Guys, women were falling for him left and right. There were women in my immediate, not even one degree of separation, women I knew personally who had got by him. Nice for what? Nice for what? Run, and they didn't get their money back. I did. When it comes to you Right, Tissa, sounds like the Tinder Swindler on Netflix. The Tinder Swindler. I don't know what he was. He was the, what was that? Plenty of Fish. He was the Plenty of Fish swindler. Remember that dating app? Listen, when it comes to protecting, I gotta block somebody, they talking crazy. When it comes to protecting your heart, protecting your money, when it comes to protecting you and your life, nice for what? I had a son in college, 2 other children. I'm a single mom. Okay, yeah, I have money, but I didn't have nobody backing me up. I didn't have nobody else to fall back on. I can't afford to give somebody $1,000 of my money. I don't care how much money I got. I work hard for that money. No, sir. Not today. Nice for what? You have to be willing to protect yourself, mind, body, and spirit. You can't afford to be nice. Nice is lying. Nice is lying. Nice is not honest. And most of the time, if we're really honest, guys, what we're going to learn inside of the Nice for What course is the difference between nice and kind. God's called us to be full of love and kindness. God has not called us to be nice. Nice isn't honest. And half the stuff that you're angry about today, that you're resentful about, that somebody took advantage of you or what somebody did to you, the truth is you're more angry with yourself for allowing it to happen. You're angry with yourself for ignoring your gut. My gut told me, don't give this dude no money. But I'm like, oh, he's been really cool. He's really nice. Well, I'm not going to give him 10,000. Okay, I'll give him 1,000. But I had to fight to get my money back. Had to threaten that fool to even get my money back. If I'd been playing nice, oh, it's okay. Well, don't worry about it. I would have just been like, oh, well, I can afford to write it off. I'm not going to be chasing this money down. I'm not going to be chasing this man. Nice would have been like, oh, well, I just won't make a big deal out of it. I'll just call it a lesson learned. I'll just, it's a wash. No. Run me my money. That's what we're not going to do. The difference between nice and kind. I'm kind until it's time to not be kind. My boys will tell you, my sons, who are all grown, they're like, my mama is the sweetest, loving, most generous person in the whole wide world, but don't get on her bad side. My middle son will tell you, you don't want to get on my mama's bad side. She got that other side to her that don't take no ish. And I learned that in business. It was business that taught me to be firm. Business. Because I owned a construction company. It's a whole male-dominated industry. You can't be a pushover. You can't be passive. Anyway, so I'll be back with more Nice for What stories. That's what we're going to be focusing on. Make sure you sign up inside the link in my bio for the Nice for What course. As soon as it drops, you'll get a notification and email so you can enroll. It's going to be dropping this week. Enrollment will open this week. It's going to be a masterclass. So I'll be teaching it live inside of live classrooms. So we'll have Q&A and be able to share it and exchange and ask a lot of questions. So it's going to be a really interactive fun. It's not just digital. Okay, so you'll have a workbook, but you'll also have live videos. All right. All right, guys, blessings in abundance. I love you. Make sure you get on the lead page for Nice for What. And also make sure you grab your Abundant Life is Yours bundle, the new book and the course. That's in a phenomenal area for you to start examining all the areas of your life before you take Nice for What. Make sure you take that course as well. It's only $47 with the code ABUNDANCE. It's only $47. Get your book, get the course, code ABUNDANCE. Link is in my bio. All right, blessings in abundance. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.